We're poorly. It's a poorly podcast.
Yeah.
There's gonna get ready for a lot of that. I look gross. I've not done my hair or anything. Judd's not here today. Well, he is. He's still here speaking, but
I don't know if I am here.
Oh god, it's one of them ones where we're both really out of it for different reasons. I don't know why Judd's out of it yet, but we're all gonna find out. Other than that,
should I find out? Okay, go ahead. No, go do your thing. Do your weird fucking Top Gear intro.
No, just in today's podcast, we're going to be taking a look at our Spotify Wrapped for podcast, which is quite a fun thing to do. And then I'm gonna check if Judd's got synesthesia or not, because we tried to do that this weekend when we did Winter Games Weekend and played a bunch of games live, but we were so drunk we forgot. So I'm gonna find out. It's a good test. So you'll find more out about what that is later on. Just before Judd gets into what the fuck's been going on, just quick I'm a Celebrity update, Judd. Nigel Farage's still a cunt. Fred's getting a little bit more annoying, but I kind of understand him. Nella's still a massive bitch. And all the women have fucking turned on the men like a bunch of fucking banshees, being like purposely trying to be nasty to them. And, well, Nella's been voted out anyway, so who fucking cares anymore? So,
we all knew that was coming, basically, didn't we?
Yeah. She wasn't the first out, because Frankie was the first out, but mostly because he was just, like, not really interesting. You know, he was just, like, it seems like a nice guy or whatever, but there was, like, he was too medium.
To be fair, in reality stuff, the boring one's always going to go before the bitch. Like, that's how it goes.
Yeah, so, exactly. And she just has more fans than him in general before that going into it. So, Josie's been kind of annoying in some ways. And Fred's been, like, voted off the cooking, basically, by Nella. Even though he's a literal fucking professional chef. And he keeps trying to help with the food, and they won't fucking listen to him, and they keep getting really annoyed at him for trying to tell him what to do and help, even though he's a proper fucking chef. He's not like a chef from, like, your favourite restaurant either. He's like an internationally known chef, and you're just like, nah, I'm just gonna fucking do it how I want, actually. But what's annoying is, you know, because all the other campmates are like, oh, this is really nice, actually. It might even be my favourite that we've had, and you know that's just because they're all fucking normies trying to make her feel good. Rather than, it's not actually better, is it? Shut the fuck up. And guess who's the only one who isn't doing that? Big Farage is saying it how he is. He's like, no, actually, well, Fred's is better, and you're all just pandering, so fuck you. So, anyway, that's the update there on that. Probably not going to be any more updates until there's a winner. There might be a winner for all I know. I'm not exactly keeping up quickly. But yeah, until there's a winner, I'll let you know who won, and we'll see.
Sound.
What has been going on with you then, Judd? You seem distressed.
Yep, I'm kind of out of it. I might be a little bit concussed because I was in a car crash this morning.
Oh god, so, what have you done? What have you done?
So it was nothing I did. I swear to God. Even though it sounds entirely my fault, because the other car was completely stationary and nobody was even in it.
Oh my God!
So I'm driving along, you know, I see this car in front of me, like, parked up against the road. It's done no wrong. It's totally fine where it is. I've gone to turn, like, go around it like you would with any other car, like, you know, just the standard. But my car just didn't. Go all the way around it. It started to, but then it's either slid back into it, or the wheels just haven't turned all the way. So, like, either it's been like an issue of hitting black ice, which I think is what happened, or aquaplaning. Like either way, I didn't have proper traction on the road. Aquaplaning only happens
if you're going really fast, Judd.
Well, it wasn't that then, because I was only doing 30. So, and that is a fucking promise. So it was like that's what freaked me out so much about it, because I was like, obviously after I went into this car, my airbags went off and everything.
Your
so my
airbags went off. Fucking hell! It must have been quite bad then.
Yeah, but then I was sort of just sat there for a bit, like, well, what happened? Because I'm like, well, I didn't do anything. I did. I tried to fucking drive like a normal person, but
my first thought would have been, oh, Dad's gonna be insufferable about this weekend. Dad's gonna make me feel like shit about this this weekend when we go to see him for Christmas. That's what I would have thought first thing.
So, it's not been good. The guy came out and he was angry at first, which I don't blame him, but he ended up inviting me inside his house because it was raining, and we ended up talking quite a bit, and I've actually said I'll go up and visit him next week. He's a very nice man. He was being like very like, nice to me when he like figured out that actually I'd not like done anything wrong. It was just like the circumstances that had like fucked me up. Which I gotta be honest, actually, one of the first things that came into my head was Jake's gonna be annoyed with how nice this guy sounds to me. Because we were talking about that when we were doing winter games, weren't we? When I was saying, oh yeah, I had that one tiny little thing where like I accidentally like bumped into someone's car as I was trying to get off this like steep hill, and then like the guy came out, realized there was no damage to his car, and then offered to get it out for me. And you were like, you're such a fucking cunt. When I had one experience where I like very slightly went into someone and she was a massive bitch about it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. So, it's quite interesting actually, because it sounds like almost the exact same thing happened. Well, yours sounds worse actually. Mine was a lot slower. Yeah. Where my steering literally went on my car, which I don't fully know if it was that with you or what, but mechanically my steering stopped.
Yeah.
So it sounds really similar, at least. Anyway,
basically it was that, but it was because of like dry ice. I'm gonna say dry ice then, because I was like literally doing 30. Right. So yeah.
What? Yeah. What happened then? So before he came out or anything, what was like the damage?
So there wasn't a whole lot of damage to his car, to be honest. It was kind of, I think, just sort of like a bit of the rear bumper like cracked a bit. Right. It wasn't like a big crack up or anything, but it was just, a bit of a crack. And I might have chipped a bit of the paint off. That was literally it. My car, however, what
was his car? Do you know what his car was?
No, I was like too freaking out, and like, I wasn't focusing on anything.
Was it like big or anything, or?
No, it was kind of like just a normal sort of car, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really notice stuff like that anyway. So yeah, and in the situation, I definitely weren't noticing because I was freaking out and also mildly concussed. So I didn't look at that. But so basically, we just ended up like exchanging details. My insurance are like on with his insurance, and I'll just have to get back what I can off them for whatever they value the car at, which might be like, I don't know, let's say 1,500, and then I have to pay off the excess, which would be like 400, and then I'd have to pay off like the rest of my car payments basically, and then get a new car
because it's on finance, your car.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's the fucker, really. Being on finance. How many more payments have you got? And also, is it one of those where you keep it at the end, or is it one where you hand it back at the end?
Well, it'll be going regardless, because
I know, but like if you hadn't crashed it, which type?
Oh no, I would have kept it. I would have, it would have been mine after the
right.
payments.
It's one where you own it after the payments,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because mine isn't that, for example. When my payments are done on my car, I give them the car back, and that pays for like most of my remaining balance on it.
I didn't even know that was an option, to be honest.
It's basically like a long-term rent, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what happened with me. Yeah, so not been a very good morning, especially because, like, I was planning on saving up for when I start my apprenticeship next year, which, yeah.
In theory, that should be entirely possible with how much you earn still. But
no, it should be. Yeah, it's just.
So your car's fucked then, basically. It's
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird that yours is so badly damaged then, and his isn't. That's maybe it is more underneath the bumper to maybe you just can't see it or something like that. But so what are you gonna do then? Like, because you really need a car.
Well, so like for the moment, I'm just gonna borrow my nan's car. Like she's
gonna let you do that.
Yeah, she's gonna let me do that. I bullied her into doing it anyway. I grabbed hold her and I shook her and I went, I didn't know. No, she said she'd let me do it. But yeah, it's just a fucker because it's like, it was nothing I did wrong. And like, it's literally just a fucking shit time.
So far as an insurance company cares, it was totally your fault, which is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the worst bit, isn't it? The insurance companies are bastards about it all. They're awful. Like, that'll cost you more money in insuring cars in the future than it will the car that's fucked up. Because that's what happened with me as well. Even though it was even less damage, actually, to the cars. It don't matter. The fact that you've got an insurance claim, it's such a bastard. It's awful.
Yeah.
And it affects you more just because you've got a knob between your legs. Is that fair?
Yeah. No.
So, well, yeah. Did you not say... Like, did you not say to the guy that you'd be willing to pay for it instead? Because if the damage was just to his bumper, then you could just get the bumper replaced or fixed, and then...
I think he's going to have a look, see what it's like, and then probably let me know.
If you're going through your insurance anyway, you don't get a choice. The insurance will pay out whatever they pay out. Like, they might pay out enough for him to buy a brand new car. But it don't matter it don't affect you. You've claimed, and it don't really affect them because they've got billions. So they could buy him a Ferrari and they wouldn't even blink an eye. So, but it's so if you have decided to go through insurance, that's that, and he will get a payout either to fix it or to replace his car. You, I don't know if you can claim on your insurance for a new car or the repairs or something, but
I think they'll probably, because I think the car's going to be a write-off. Sorry, I am mildly concerned. I think it's going to be a write-off. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to just value it and then send me the money with the 400 quid taken off it, and then and then I'll have to pay off the rest of the car. And
if that's what's happening, what normally happens is if they decide that it's not a write-off, so they're going to fix it, sounds unlikely, but if that happens, they value the car way higher, and they value repairs way higher, and they charge a lot for all the repairs. So you'd have to pay your excess anyway, because you'd have to pay £400 to them, even if it's getting repaired. If it's the other end, where they're just going to write it off and give you the money, they'll value it way less than you'd expect, and you'll get barely any money. That's kind of... If I were you in this scenario, I'd just be thinking I have to buy a whole new car and give £400 to the insurance. That'd be what I'd be thinking as. And you're lucky, so it'll end up being better than that somehow. But I always think that it's better to expect to have to do something worse than you end up having to do. So, but hopefully, I doubt it with insurance, but hopefully they're nice to you. I don't know. That's all I can wish, because I know it's awful. Yeah. It's so shit to go through, especially when there's any debate over whose fault it was. Like, you know how our dad and his girlfriend have been in some car accidents, not massively recently, but kind of recently, where they had dashcam footage and it was really obvious that it wasn't their fault, and they just kind of, got the benefit of it. That doesn't sound too bad, but this scenario really sucks, and I do really feel for you.
I mean, the thing is, I know I've got no chance of saying that it's like not my fault, basically, even though it wasn't my fault. It's just whatever, innit? It's like,
when I was looking into this for mine, which is, I don't know, mine is, if anything, even more not my fault. But it doesn't matter. Like that, technically, you can have a no fault claim, which shouldn't affect you, but they just won't fucking do it. They just let They just let the other person claim on your insurance and just don't tell you, so that then it does go down as your fault. Because that's better for them. They don't want to have a no fault claim. They want to squeeze more money out of you. So it's horrible how they act, because you're supposed to, if your car's going along and just brakes and fucks up other people's cars, even though it's got a full MOT, you've done everything right, it's not supposed to...
Sorry, one second, please.
Sorry, I'll carry on anyway. It's not supposed to affect you as I think it's not as bad as if someone else like crashes into you or something like that, and it's their fault, but it's definitely not as bad as if it's your fault. So anyway, it don't matter, because they never pay out like that.
I'm very sorry, that was my nan's Amazon delivery.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Is it Christmas shopping arriving, do you think?
Shall I open it and expose all of private details on
show the address on the podcast, just to make sure. Do you think it's a Christmas shopping?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
I don't care. Okay, is the other thing. So, how was your? Other than that, what have you been? How was your Christmas shopping and stuff like that been going, Judd? Is there anything else on that then? By the way, because you said you were going to visit the guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go through and visit the guy. Just see how he's doing. Basically, it's we didn't sort of leave with any animosity between each other, and he just seems like a sound guy. He's an older guy. So yeah, I'm just going to go through and check on him.
I know you said you barely know anything about the car, but did it look expensive at all? His car?
I'd reckon I'd probably value it at like what I'd value my car.
Just like a really average car.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Oh, God. You are... Well, I mean, it's not lucky, is it? But kind of lucky with the response you got, I guess.
No, I know, yeah. Yeah.
God.
I even said to the guy, I would have expected you to just come out and start levering me. I would just lay there and let you.
And when it comes to injuries and stuff, are you all right?
I mean, I'm fine. It kind of just sort of bat me in the nose, the airbag. And it's obviously rattled my brain because I'm struggling to like concentrate on stuff really.
You're probably just more shaken up than anything. If it's only maybe, like bashed your nose, I don't know as you'll be concussed, but like, well, maybe I don't actually know, do I? Weren't there? But hopefully you're just in a bit of shock, because that'd be better for your brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe you'll be sore in the morning and you won't even realise. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you said you're going to borrow your nan's car. Does she? How often does she need that?
Super often.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that anything that she sort of needs doing, that Grandad would drive her. She's not driving Grandad's car; it's too big. But
right.
So
do you need a lift tomorrow then? Because it's our Christmas time with our dad and his partner or anything. Because I can get you if you need.
You mean like to take? Yes, please.
You need a lift to go to dad's and back.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We'll sort you a lift out, Judd.
Actually, I don't know if I'll need one back, because that Saturday I'm going out at like 6 o'clock, so I might just stay in town. So it'd probably just be dropping me there, getting me there, I think.
Well, either way, it's no harder for us anyway. So
yeah, and you can have a look at my fucked up car as well while you're here. So
oh yeah, that'll be fun. Have you got any pictures?
I have the one picture, and it's not even a very good picture. Like I say, I was kind of freaking out and not properly. I'll send you it. I'll still send you it.
Who came and picked it up or anything, or is it like still there?
No, recovery. I got recovery and I came and picked it up. It doesn't look. Yeah, it's mainly
look that bad.
No, I know it doesn't look terrible, but like you can't. It's not a very good picture. But basically, the entire wheel's fucked, and the main thing why we think it's going to be written off is because when we open the door, we think that sort of support had like been bent. So why, basically.
You don't know what's come apart in engine and all sorts, do you? And like steering columns and all sorts of stuff. I mean, your entire hubcap and kind of the wheel looks the worst there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's a fair bit of intricacies to the wheel, isn't there? So yeah. Although people get the wheels replaced, kind of. I don't know. Well, you'll see.
Basically, it'll be some miracle if they like call me back and are like, great news, we can fix it, but it'll probably cost you like $1,000. Like,
good news, just like the computer voice on there. Don't hug me, I'm scared.
Wonderful news.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Oh dear. I don't know what to say. I just feel bad for you, Judd, because I know it's shit.
Yeah.
And I hope it all gets sorted as easy as possible. Bless you.
I mean, you can see from the picture that, like, I saw the fucking thing and I started to turn. It's just like, car didn't want to fully do it, I guess. So.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Well, so I know with mine, what happened was one of my wheels turned and the other didn't. So it kind of just kept going. Like I heard it go, and then like one wheel was facing one way, one was facing the other, and it like was kind of all fucked. So when I took my pictures, I made sure to take pictures of all the wheel, like every side of the car, basically, and you could see the wheels being unaligned, which I don't understand. Like I rung up the insurers right when it was mine, and I said, if they try and claim, please let me know because I want to dispute that claim. It was not my fault. That's why I fucking hate Hastings. I despise them now. Honestly, if I meet someone who works for Hastings, I'm gonna fucking throttle them because I hate them. I'm currently insured with Hastings, but the problem is I bet you are as well, because all the cheapest insurance you can get is either Hastings or it's a company owned by Hastings. So it's basically Hastings.
Oh well, okay, all right. I don't know if they're owned by Hastings, but mine are like Be Wiser or something. So
it could be owned, but I don't know all of the subsidiaries of them, but Dalton says, was it like another car you went into? I don't know if you're talking to me when I'm what I was saying, or Judd, but both of us
it was another car. It was another car, but
which is so much worse as well.
Yeah, it is. I must hit some black ice or something because I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well,
yeah. So,
Judd, you know what'll cheer you up? Spotify Wrapped. Podcast Wrapped for Spotify. Let's see how little audience we still have after all of this time. How many Spotify Wrapped reactions have we done? We've done at least one other. I remember doing it last year at least.
Yeah.
So let's go through some of this. See what it's like. People were really feeling what you do.
All two of them.
Not so sure about that. Ready? Let's take it from the top, is what it says. Speaking of top, your top episode was Sniffing Panties is Bad. Episode 67. How did we fall off? Like, I don't know. Episode 60, we've done over 200 of these, yet somehow number 67 was still our most played. So people don't give a shit anymore. How did they didn't before? Like, what's happened? How does that happen? Dear, we've gone through it already, Dalton. If you want to just rewind the VOD and take a look at what Judd was saying about it earlier, or I'm sure you can ask him another point. But yeah, check it out. Or obviously when we're done, you can go back and have a look. Carrying on. It was streamed 447% more than the average episode. So no one listened to anything else, really.
People just wanted to listen to the Panties episode because people are perverts. Yeah.
That's true. I'm skipping through some of the worst statistics. How does it feel to have gone global?
We are global, all right.
Well, streamed in 6 countries, which seems really shit. Like, I know that 6 countries is like international, but when I look on like the YouTube metrics or something like that, it normally says like 20 something at least or something like that, because there's fucking hundreds of countries, but we managed 6. It's
I still kind of think that's like a bit impressive, though. Like it's not,
Yeah.
but like it's weird. So what is this then? Like UK, USA.
I think
maybe,
it'll say them in a minute,
Canada?
but
I kind of want to guess.
it's
before
one
we
of
look,
this
but-
is one of those statistics where
Yeah.
it's like, if you think about it too hard, it's kind of shit. So just don't,
Yeah.
and enjoy how cool it kind of initially sounds. So
All
UK, what you're saying, US and Canada.
Yeah, and then maybe like Australia and Germany.
I don't know. Let's see. It was maybe most new listeners in Australia.
Australia.
So
Okay.
one person in Australia probably clicked on ours by mistake when looking for a
Yeah.
good podcast.
Yeah.
Will it tell us
This
the top
entire
countries?
podcast isn't about panties.
I don't think it's going to tell us, Judd. What the
Okay,
countries
fair
were.
enough.
So, what else were they into? So, what else were people who listen to our podcast listening to, or whatever? Top genres were people. So, people who listen to our podcast, their top podcast genres are comedy, news, and health and fitness.
Oh my god.
Considering we do like copious amounts of drinking on this podcast at times, that's not. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to
listen to this
balance out
one.
their lifestyle.
Yeah. But maybe they're like, I should listen to how awful these people are because that'll make me feel better in myself by comparison.
Yeah, quite possibly. What's it throwing at us next? The listeners of our podcast, their top music genres were rock, pop, and rap, which is like the most generic shit ever, really, isn't it? Those are the most generic genres ever. What else? Your listeners definitely told their friends about you. I doubt it.
I think they did. I think they said, "Hey, listen, don't listen to this fucking podcast."
This is
It's
such
terrible.
a shit statistic. Here's how your listeners spread the word. Direct link. 100%. One person will have copied the link, probably by accident, to a podcast, and that's it. Oh my god! Right, what else we got? This year, you turned your camera on. Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Video podcasts on Spotify started this year. We made 43 video episodes. I think there was more episodes go up in 2023 than that, or in total there will be, but I don't think they're all video episodes because we only got the podcast video functionality later on. It was, whatever. Are you a gardener? Because your podcast has grown 16% in followers.
Damn. Wow.
And 1% more minutes made. But that'll go up because we've well. Cool. So, plus 16%, that's up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't exactly go down from 0, but that's up.
Do you think they have a different like animation and thing they tell you like, wow, you've really fallen off, you fucking losers. Like you've lost minus 10% of your listeners.
Well, we've got 7 Spotify followers, so I'm guessing it went from 6 to 7.
Okay.
That's
That's
all I
one
can
more
guess.
person.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know the maths on that. Someone else can figure it out. Give a big shout out to your biggest fans. Now, this is where I found it kind of interesting, actually. We're a top 10 podcast for 9 people.
Wow.
So, for 9 people, we were in their top 10 most listened to podcasts.
Can I just say to you 9 people, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, get ready, Judd,
doing?
because for 5 people, we were in their top 5 podcasts.
What? So that's my mum, your mum. No, they don't
Me.
listen to what we have to say. Yeah, you.
And then for drum roll, please. It says we're the top podcast for 3 people. We're the number 1 most listened to podcast.
That's gotta be like they literally listen to no one else. Like,
And they accidentally clicked on podcasts and ours.
yeah.
Well, one of those will be me, right? I think. No,
Yeah.
no, that's not right. No, because my top podcast was 0 Degrees this year, and second was Triforce, and ours was third, I think. Or was it even on there? I can't even remember. Should I check my Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
I know who mine was. It was Adeptus Ridiculous, so...
Wrapped. 2023 Wrapped. Oh my god, shut up.
That's copyrighted.
Wait, bear with me. My top songs, no, don't need that. Oh
really
my
quickly,
god.
what?
Your top played song of all year was That's the Way by Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Oh god, fucking hell. I hate my Spotify Wrapped. My top artists, by the way, on Spotify Wrapped were Stream Beats, Waterparks, me, because obviously I can play that without copyright problems as well, and then McFly and Busted. And I hate that me and Stream Beats take up like 2/3 of the
Why don't you tell everybody how many times our stream of Brutal Legend got flagged for copyrighted music?
36. Which I'm surprised was only that much, which is such a shame because it's the fucking game. Like, that's the game, you know?
Yeah.
So what was my top 5 podcasts? So, okay, so I was one of the ones where it was in my top 5. So our podcast was my 5th most listened to. So top was 0 Degrees this year because I discovered that. It's another Yogscast podcast. Then it was Triforce, then Ear Biscuits with Rhett and Link, then Chilluminati, which is again another Yogscast one. But yeah, ours was number 5 for me. Right, let's zoom out. It says Spotify Wrapped. What are you? It's just summarising what we just said. What's next? Thanks for sharing your podcast with the world. Oh, thanks. Oh, and that's it. That's the whole thing, basically. Yippee! There you go. I don't think that was quite as exciting as last time we did it, to be honest. I think somehow we fell off from last year. How does that happen? But, you know, fucking who cares? It's fine. Don't mind. Do you want to quickly guess how many total plays we've got, by the way, Judd, on this podcast now?
I'm going to say 2,000.
Ooh, not far off. 2,199. So,
all right, okay.
Yeah. Average plays per episode is 3. And obviously, like it said, fucking what's its face? Seattle's been dethroned as the most listened to place. Apparently UK has taken over somehow.
Well,
maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe people in Seattle stopped listening and that's why we fell off. Weirdly,
they don't
right?
know shit about us anymore.
Our audience in, let me choose the date range. So from today all the way back to January 1st of this year. Let's take a look at like the audience statistics. So this year we have had a majority. Wait, well, try and guess this. Guess these things, Judd. So
okay,
we've got platform. Which platform do you think was our most listened to on?
I'm gonna just say Spotify.
No, by a long way, it's web browser, and I don't really know what that means.
What? Oh.
I'm not sure what that means. 87% was through web browser. Okay. Then 7.8% Spotify, and 5.3% is other. Don't know how you can be listening to it not through like an app or a web browser. Maybe someone's fucking Morse coding this shit to their rock. I don't know, but gender then for this year. What do you think is going to be the top? What do you think is the order for gender and percentages for each one?
I think the male listeners were 90%. I think the lady listeners were 10%.
Okay. Male is 68.1.
Wow! Oh my god! Okay.
Female is 25.5. Okay. Non-binary.
Alright. I forgot about them.
6.4. and then not specified 0. So people give a shit about their gender if they listen to our podcast. Apparently, there's no one being like, I don't care, not specifying one, which was the statistic I found most interesting in that. Anyway, that's kind of maybe the spectrum I would have thought. I would have thought maybe a bit more male dominated than that, but. Sorry, I'm poorly. Right. Age range, then. So the different age ranges are not 17.
You didn't even respond to that, by the way.
I didn't hear what you said.
Okay.
Not 17, 18 to 22, 23 to 27, 28 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 59, 60 plus. Those are the age ranges. What do you think for each one? Do you want me to go through them again, each one?
Yeah. Take it slowly. I
0 to 17. Don't know how we got like a 0-year-old listening, but 0 to 17.
But I would say that a 0-year-old would probably be our target demographic.
God.
I think that's gonna be like 50%.
50%, okay.
Yeah.
18 to 22.
I'm gonna say like 30%.
23 to 27.
I'll give that like a 10%, I think.
28 to 34.
I'll just throw the rest of the 10% on that.
And you think none for the rest of them?
Yeah. I don't think I hopefully at that age you should be mature enough to not be into our content.
Well, turns out, I think you're going to find this surprising. 0 to 17 is 25.5.
Okay, that I am surprised by that.
Which is actually, I'm going to do this in a different order. So I'm going to go from our least highest percentage to most. So our least highest was 2.1%, 60 plus.
Yeah. Still with 2.1%.
No, I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's not just 0. Then next is 18 to 22. That's our next lowest. That's the second lowest one.
What the fuck?
I would have kind of thought it'd be like 18 to 22 and then the 23 to 27. That's the kind of age range. I just thought people our age would be the ones that would be kind of most, I don't know. But yeah, 6.4% for 18 to 22. The next one
is a low percentage as well, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I know.
It's
there's two outliers, I guess. 45 to 59 is the next one with 8.5%.
Okay.
Then, surprisingly, the next one, not even in the top 3, is 28 to 34, which I thought would be bigger. And it's 10.6%.
Well, so how old are all our listeners then?
So the next one, the third highest with 14.9%, is 35 to 44.
What the
Which
fuck?
is still not a massive amount at 14.9%, I guess.
Yeah.
And then 25.5 is 0 to 17, which is the second highest. And then the highest is 23 to 27 with 31.9, which I guess that makes sense that that's the highest to me because I'm probably tilting that statistic up a lot because I use our podcast sometimes to as background noise. You know, if I just need any old noise on, like just any old noise happening, I'll use our podcast. I may as well give us another play, you know. And another time is flights, and if I need something playing to drown out some other noise while I'm trying to sleep. So I just slap us on because, like, you know, you just need anything, you know. So I may as well just give us more plays. That's kind of how I see it. So obviously, I'll be the 23 to 27 range. So that's why that's a lot higher, I guess. Last one, which was a hidden statistic, I didn't realize we can do. It's not that interesting. Devices. So this is like kind of like Mac, laptop, desktop, Android phone, Windows phone, fucking iPhone, all of them, those things.
I'm going to throw out that our highest listeners are on Android phones.
No.
Damn.
Do you want another guess?
They're on Apple phones.
Ooh.
Is that also no?
That's not it either. I think Android phones was a decent guess because I have an Android phone, and that's what I would normally use.
That's
I
what
guess.
I was thinking. Yeah.
So it says other is the highest. Sometimes I use my Android tablet.
These motherfuckers are listening to us on the Samsung smart fridge. They've got us playing from the fridge.
They must do, or it could be a TV, maybe, or something. 70.5% is like other things. Like so the other ones that it offers, the ones that it offers that are named is Mac, Android, Windows, and iPhone. So that covers a lot of shit. Like, so I guess maybe like a smartwatch, like an Apple Watch. I guess I don't fucking know. What are people playing this shit on? Like, I guess when it says other, maybe it's because of web browser. I don't fucking know. But the next highest at 12% is Mac. Who's listening to it on a Mac? It's not me.
I don't know.
Next is
I do not know.
Android, 7.3%, and Windows is close as well with 7.1%, which that makes more sense because those are kind of the devices I would use if I was doing it. And then iPhone is 3.1, so it says a lot about who the types of person who listens to our podcast when they rarely have an iPhone.
Society.
So, yeah. Episode rankings, not much interesting to look at on that. Basically, it's like older episodes got a lot more plays for some reason. So, like episode 67, episode 45, and episode 41, episode 4, and episode 25. Those were the top 5. Episode 1 is just outside of that. So, yeah, somehow we fell off. That's so fucking weird. Although I suppose if people were gonna start listening to the podcast new, you'd go back to the first episode, wouldn't you, and start from the beginning, or at least I would. But anyway, those are all the statistics. It's one of those things, isn't it, that's interesting so here's another interesting one for you. Top impression sources, so like essentially places people have discovered it.
Okay.
Spotify search, 155, biggest by far. It's been searched for on Spotify. I would get that because I would think that maybe if people were gonna newly find the podcast, it'd be from stuff like TikToks and YouTube Shorts that we've been putting up, where it kind of says the name of the podcast and things like that. It's probably just me looking the podcast up to check episodes have been published, though.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
The other thing is Spotify homepage. So that's, I guess, maybe been suggested to them 16 times. And then Spotify library, people who've saved it 7 times. Anything else? No, don't think so. That's it.
It says here one of the listeners was driving his car while listening and then ended up crashing it into another car.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it is one of those. Oh yeah, because we didn't get that. It is one of those things that's like almost depressing, but it's still more fun to look at, I guess, in a way. Do you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do about it, and I probably won't. But I have been. This is going to sound shocking how I'm going to phrase this, but I have been thinking about quitting, just mostly because, right?
Yeah,
I was thinking the other day, I've been trying to put myself out there for fucking years. Like, just make whatever I feel like and just put it out there. And it's never about people actually like it in it or not. No one even has to see it. It just has to be a fun time. And that, you know, hopefully people will like it, but whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem is, whenever I do that, what actually ends up happening is no one interacts with it. Still fine with that. Or people are just cunts. Like, when I start thinking about all the comments that we've talked about on YouTube videos or thought about, and it's not a case of you only focus on the negative ones. We've had so much more negative just shit all the time. And it happens all the time. Whenever I make something, like, I just don't get anything positive out of it by putting things out, ever. So I've genuinely strongly been considering just fucking it all off. Just never publishing videos, music, podcasts, streaming, just quitting it all. Fuck it, who cares? Like, it's like, you know, if all I get is negative stuff from it, then who gives a shit? Because we could, the good thing about it is that we, like, kind of catch up every week and we do something every week. Yeah. That's the bit that I like. We could just do that. You know,
Yeah.
we could just play some games and shit. So I don't know. Maybe it very much could just be a bit of like a fleeting feeling or something. So I'm not gonna, rashly commit to say I'm doing that anytime soon. But I'm gonna think about it because I think it makes sense. But we'll see. Go on, say your funny quip. I know you were about to say something stupid. I saw it. I saw a thought form in your brain.
I weren't. It actually, I'll be honest with you. That hearing you say that upset me a lot more than I thought it would.
Really?
It kind of took me. Yeah, it kind of took me by surprise how much that upset me hearing you say that.
Wow, maybe your brain really is bleeding. It is a sad thing though. It's like even you've literally known me. Well, I'm going to say all my life, all your life. All I've ever wanted to do is just create fun stuff that I like, and hopefully someone will love me. That's kind of it, and they don't. Yeah. I'm not likable. People don't like me. Like, it's just not happening. I don't mind that. I don't mind that people don't like me, but I would really love to be liked so I can make stuff that I enjoy all the time. That's all I give a shit about. It's kind of like how you've said, like, if this did take off, you wouldn't really want to do it anymore. And it's like, I would love it to take off, but not because I want to be famous or anything like that. I'm not really actually interested in the numbers being particularly massive. I just want to have an audience so that I can keep making things I like. That's all I want to fucking do with my time. But I can't, so... or I can, but there's just no point showing them to anyone,
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. It's nothing to take too seriously yet.
That's what I think about that. So
that reminds me of the colour sickly greeny brown. And
are we doing the fucking synesthesia thing then?
How did you know, Judd? So if you don't know what synesthesia is, it's a concept where you associate a sense, as in like sight, hearing, something like that, with another sense very strongly. So for example, some people might associate certain visuals, like they might kind of not necessarily physically see certain visuals when they hear songs, but they'll like almost their brain will be kind of thinking them in a way. It's really hard to explain unless you actually have it. For me, I have colour and letter associations, and also colours and numbers. So I associate every letter and every number with a colour. This doesn't have to be massively specific every time. It could be fairly vague in my mind, but there's some that are very specific. For example, to me, the letter A is very strongly a red colour. So I know this, and when I first heard about it, and we've talked about it on the podcast before, I first heard about it on a Rhett and Link Good Mythical Morning episode, where they were saying for some people, this is the case. And I was like, what do you mean, some people? I thought it was one of those things that I just figured it was everyone. I literally never mentioned it, because I thought it was as normal as breathing. It'd be like going up to someone going, what the fuck, you breathe as well? Yeah. So, and then I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, it was just super normal to me. It's kind of almost like, when you hear the statistic that only a third of people have an inner monologue. Yeah. And like other people are just not thinking all the time. They're just blank the entire time. Yeah. Like, that blows my mind. It was a similar thing to that. So
I wish that were me.
I really do wish that was me as well.
Yeah.
My mum has tested me on this and finds it fun to she's got a list on her phone, I think still, where she says, let's go through them again and see if they're the same. And they're always the same, because that's the whole fucking thing. Sometimes they can slightly morph, but they're always the same. So what we did...
I like to refer to synesthesia as the world's shittest superpower / disability, because it's literally, it's neither. It's like, you don't gain anything or fucking lose anything for it. So it's not like you could be like, I can use the disabled parking because of my synesthesia.
I do like to talk about it because it is satisfying to say which colours are associated with letters, and it is, I guess, I feel like it's interesting then to other people, because if I didn't have it and someone did, I would find that really interesting. Kind of like people with perfect pitch. When someone's got perfect pitch and they're like, oh, what's this note? La! And then they're like, oh, it's
yeah.
fucking F. And they don't give a shit, because to them it's just incredibly normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I fucking love doing stupid shit to people who've got perfect pitch. But anyway, so what we did, I asked Judd what he associated with all the letters of the alphabet as someone who claims and probably doesn't have synesthesia, and now I'm going to ask him again blindly, and let's see if you give the same answers. I'm pretty certain you'll not remember what answers you gave to any of these, will you? Because you were quite drunk.
I was quite drunk, and I also didn't really care. I was just kind of rattling. we were playing the SpongeBob the movie game at the time. I had to focus on other shit. So,
just as a side note, how drunk were you on the last day of Winter Games weekend?
I was fucked up. I spent the entire morning at work throwing up into into the toilet. I was so bad that I went to just put my hand out on something to support myself as I was that fucked up. I ended up grabbing onto the toilet paper holder and I put all my weight on it, and I ended up ripping it out the wall.
Oh my god!
So I was fucked up. Yeah,
you need to remember these things for the podcast. That's great content.
I just told it on the podcast.
Only because I reminded you. But also, you were being a cunt by the end of that night. You know, you were being a right knobhead. Yeah, I was trying to buy the clothes I liked, and you were fucking being a dick about it. And also, right at the end as well. Do you remember trying to play fucking Team Fortress 2 and how much of a fucking mardy arse you were being about not being able to call for the medic?
No.
Well, you were getting so pissy with me, being like, "Oh, your fucking settings! I can't play. And we fucking reset the settings to default for you, and you were still like, your fucking settings are shit. I can't do it. We put it to your settings."
That's funny.
But anyway, right, synesthesia test, Judd. Let's see. See if these match. Let's see if you've got synesthesia or not. We might abandon this after some of them because it could be really boring if he just gets them all wrong.
Okay.
Right. The letter A. What colour are you going to do that?
That's a green.
It is a green. You have said green before. The letter B.
Well, I think it's a blue.
You're 2 for 2, Judd.
Holy shit. Well, here we go.
Oh my god, synesthesia incoming. Judd's about to be infected with synesthesia.
Oh, Jesus. I've got it by proxy.
Letter C. What he's thinking. Don't think too hard. What's natural?
No. I think I'm going to say red.
Ooh, that's you said yellow before. Yellow. That's not.
Maybe because I was drunk.
Right. What about the letter D?
That's a red.
Oh, it is a red, and he was confident as well. So you weren't as confident in C actually. So
yeah. So who knows? Yeah.
I'm just noting what you've said now. 1 sec. Green. The fuck. I just read it out.
I swear to God, I was actually going to say green, though.
Okay,
I swear
fine,
to God.
okay. I meant to say E. Just look at it. Green. It was the confidence. The confidence.
That reminds me of Always Sunny when Charlie's at the restaurant and he goes, "Beak, no."
Oh god. Let's move up. Right. Okay. F. It's really tempting just to say the colour instead now.
Blue.
Black. Yeah.
What was I thinking?
So, okay, we'll keep going, because you've got more than you haven't here. G. I nearly did it again. It's really hard not to just say the colour.
G, I think, is green. What did I say?
Orange. Not close.
Orange? There. Okay.
This is so weird to me that you're not getting them right. It feels so odd. I feel like you should be getting more of these. It's like asking you what's 1 + 1. It feels really strange. H.
Yellow?
No, that's blue, you said there.
Blue. I don't think I've got synesthesia.
Well, you're 50-50 at the minute. You've got 4 right and 4 wrong. So, I.
Purple?
Green.
Green. Okay. All right.
Blue. No, fuck. Jay, you said blue.
Is it blue?
Let's disregard that one, I suppose. This is really hard. I can't believe how hard it is not to just say the colours. K. K.
Red?
Yes! That's right!
My God.
L.
Yellow.
Yes! That's right!
I don't like this.
He's doing it! M.
N.
M.
Red.
M.
Blue?
Yes!
No, I don't want to have synesthesia take. I don't want to.
N.
N is, I think, is red.
You said black.
Did I? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
O.
Orange.
Correct. P.
Yeah. Pink.
Correct. Those ones kind of match the.
Yeah.
Q.
Orange again.
Yes, orange again. He's coming home, folks. Judd's got the gross disease. R.
Red.
Yes. Woo! Judd hates it. S.
Blue.
Green.
Green. Okay.
Green.
Thank God.
You were in a hot streak for a second then.
Yeah.
T.
T.
Yeah.
I should just know what that's coming up by knowing my alphabet, really. But I want to say red.
No. That's you said green.
Okay. Thank God I did.
Red is a disgusting colour to have on tea for me. That's ugh. U.
Blue.
Yellow. You're fucking it up, Judd. Come on.
Good. I'm fucking. I don't want it.
V.
Yellow.
No, you said red.
Okay. All right. Okay.
He's cheering up a bit now.
I am. I actually am.
W.
Blue.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
no.
right. X.
I want to say red.
Yeah, red.
Oh, no.
He's back on the streak. Y.
Yellow.
Yes. Z.
Black.
Yes, we finished strong. So let's see. How many letters are in the alphabet? 26. That's right, isn't it? 26 letters in the alphabet.
Yeah,
But I accidentally fucked up one of them, so it's out of 25. So
you fucked up two of them.
No, but we counted one of them because you okay, still right. So it's out of 25. So this is how many that you actually matched out of 25. If this is over half, I'm saying synesthesia confirmed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 25.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna apply mild synesthesia label to you. It might just be that you don't associate anything with those other ones so much, but you do with these ones. Who knows? Maybe we should do this test again in the future and find out. But it's good to know that we can change the name of this to the Synesthesia Bros.
No, I don't like that brand. I don't like it.
It might be interesting to do numbers as well, because you might associate numbers more strongly instead. Obviously, there's a hell of a lot more numbers than there are letters, but I think it's useful to maybe just to do like 0 to 9 is normally fine, because what I find with mine at least is not completely, but a lot of the time, like the number 8,244, that's mostly influenced by the numbers that make it up. So the 8, 2, and the 4 or whatever.
Okay.
You know, and whichever I kind of feel strongest about will shape the rest of the colour of the number. So it's kind of mostly just not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 that are the main things. So let's give those a go.
Okay.
So 0.
0 for me is, I think it's like the blue.
1.
It's red.
2.
Yellow.
3.
Green.
4.
Yellow.
5.
Red.
Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. 5's definitely red. 6.
A 6 is red again to me.
Ugh, fucking ruined it. 7.
7 is I want to say red again.
Okay, red then.
But do you know why 7 is red?
Why? It's not to me. It's like kind of limey green, but
It's covered in blood because 7, 8, 9.
8.
Blue.
Yeah. What shade? Like lighter, darker, anything like that?
It's a lighter blue.
No. 9.
It's a written in stone fact. Like, no,
It feels that way to me. What I found weird as well is that people had different associations. Like it's so strong. It's anyway. 9. What's 9?
9 is green.
Well, it's hot pink, but that's fine. So we'll find out maybe next week or something like that. When you will have forgotten by next week easily as well, and we can maybe do the number synesthesia test and find out.
I'll have given myself another concussion by then, so I will have forgotten.
Yeah, quite possibly. Okay, well that was a podcast. Synesthesia. That I've not spelled that right, but I'll know what that means. Right, that was the podcast. Thanks for listening, folks. If we were your top podcast from this year, you're fucking mental. But thanks.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
We'll see you next year, unless I decide to quit. Could do.
Are we not doing enough one until next year then?
Oh no, we are. We're doing another 3 as far as I can tell.
Oh, okay. All right,
yeah, no, there'll be plenty before next year, but we will also see you next year. No, what I meant was we'll definitely do more next year, but I might decide to quit next year. Who knows? You have to follow to find out. Follow and see. I don't know, probably not.
Post nice things about Jake in the comments as well. I don't care.
Yeah, because no one ever fucking does that. Yeah? Someone compliment me for once. I mean, I look fucking gross, and I've not done a great job today, but that's fine.
Well, I like your hair.
No, you don't.
I do, because you don't have to do much with it.
Okay, that's not true. Okay.
You look like a person who could wake up and not have to do anything with their hair.
You've definitely never had curly hair. And it shows. Curly hair is an absolute nightmare. You cannot do that. But right. Anyway, we're done. Right, we'll say bye, dude.
Bye.
That was a sad bye. Okay. Anyway. Right. Okay, that's that. Nothing else. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done for the day. We're gonna go and chill.
I've
got some shit I need to do anyway. I've got to get the cameras ready for filming this weekend. I've got to wrap Dad and Nat's presents. Got to get stuff ready for like clothes ready and stuff for Dad's like Christmas and that. And got to upload this dang old podcast. So, right, I'll see you tomorrow, Judd, and we're picking you up from your
my nana's
house. Yeah, your nan's. Just after work on the way to theirs.